Okay, welcome. We'll start our first lesson on financial management. So during our last lesson, we discussed about the basic discussion, what we supposed to cover during our these lessons, and we mentioned about the basic concept of financial management. So today we'll go through financial management. So anybody, any question? So we'll start. Okay, so today our lesson we'll cover our LO1, learning outcome 1. So please, if you have any question, do not hesitate, just contact me. I'll try my best to reply your emails as soon as possible. And just, if you hear me, so please, can you see my screen as well? Hope so you can. If not, just, please carry on dropping me text message. Just type in the chat box, please, if you can. If you can't hear me, so if any question, just write in the chat box, please. Okay, we'll go through our first lesson and understand the significance of management decision making to the performance of a business organization. So today lesson will cover our LO1. So so first we'll discuss about management. During our last lesson we discussed about, I mentioned you a bit, management is a process of designing an environment to achieve our organization objective. So objective mean end result, what really we want to achieve. So next is a strategic position in our organization that impact the strategy of external environment, internal resources and competencies and expectations. So influence of stakeholders. So the financial management can play a key role in the success and the failure of organization strategy, where we need to manage the resources. So always we need to make sure. So we need to make sure, we have a clear in terms of, financial resources we need to manage. So here we're going to discuss about, according to LO1, according to the John and Scholl, it is important to take account of the future. We need to look around. When we're looking the strategic, we're looking the future, more than 1 year's time, what is going to be happen. Future and assess whether its current strategy is to suitable fit with the strategic position of the company. If not, organization need to determine what changes it needs to make or whether it is capable of affecting such changes. In summary, strategic position form an integral part of the strategic management. It informs the strategic choices which we need to look around how we can. Okay, so anybody, any question? So financial management is concerned with the managing our financial resources. When we manage our financial resources, we need to look around in terms of the organization's strategy position as well, because we're looking the long-term objective of the organization when we'll manage our resources. So LO1 is all about more, not numerical. So last lesson, I just, a bit mentioned you Pest and Pastel forces. Anybody knows? I think so. You all knows well. Pest is mean external environment, micro environment. Under micro environment, we'll discuss about political stability. Under PP stand for political stability, tax policies, program for forthcoming legislation, employment law, different political parties if they are in power, their ideology, like we have a conservative Labour Party here, so all they have a different manifesto. So always we need to look around. So when you manage financial management or any other management as well, so we need to look around micro environment. So micro environment mean external environment, and we need to look around micro factor. Economic factor, we need to look around the inflation rate. So we have inflation 2.5% approximate. So if you have a high inflation, your financial management, whatever you want to be managed. So if you don't keep in mind the financial management, so when we under management, we always do appraisal. Appraisal means to check, your resources are the return you getting. It will meet, actually how much return we are getting. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me all?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, brilliant. Let's, So today, first lesson, we're looking at LO1, learning outcome 1, where we are discussing about external environment, micro environment. So under micro environment, we are discussing, economic factor, inflation rate. So think about how much is inflation. Think about in your country, approximate, wherever where you're from.
Okay.
How much is the inflation in your country, first suppose?
Is
it
under 10%?
Under 10%. 10% is a huge inflation.
Yeah.
So
4%.
when yes, we have here in the UK is 2.5%. Of course, always, between different economists, this is carry on, everyone is saying, oh.
All right.
So maybe one is saying 3%, other is saying 2.5. There can be a variation between, inflation according to different economists. So we are looking. So when we're looking at the financial management, if we're looking at the financial management, so always crucial to look at around the external environment, because otherwise you can't manage your resources. Okay, think about when you start your business, what 3 resources required? Let's say you want to set up your own business and you need to manage the financially. What type of 3 main resources you required? You always required 3 M's. 3 M's. You need money. Need manpower. And we need materials. So money is financial resources is more important than manpower and material. If you don't have a money, you can't really, get other resources, and you can't successful in your business if you don't manage your money. Yes?
Exactly.
Okay, so anybody heard about 3 E's?
3 E's, yes. Definitely heard about it, but
okay, no, that's fine. Efficiency, effectiveness, and last one is called economy. So always we need to look around effectiveness. What is meant by is mean benchmark. Yes, in industry, how much is people are spending in, how much people are investing, and what is the basic interest rate the people are borrowing the money. Yes, if we are within a benchmark, we are very effective.
Exactly.
If we are above than the benchmark, we saying, oh, we are getting cheaper interest rate. Yes, but the time period, they are not giving us long-term loan. Yes, or maybe the interest can be varies. We maybe call is very economical. Yes,
exactly.
Because next step above than the effectiveness is very economy or economical, and next is called efficiency. You have whenever you want to cancel your contract, you can under financial management. Interest rate you're getting is cheaper than anybody else in industry. Yes, and you have a less commitment as well, and you borrow as much you want. So is you looking now financial management? Yes, efficiency. So is efficiency can be these 3 E's can be used in various perspective. So you can look around when we're looking at the financial management. Okay, next economic factor, exchange rate. What is meant by exchange rate? Against the foreign currency, we well aware of. Yes.
Yes.
We heard about hedging.
Yes, hedging is reducing the risk.
Reducing the risk. So we can hedge, So when the currency fluctuate, like pound against other currencies, so we can hedge it to reduce it. It's a financial management, yeah. So you need to look around how you manage it currency when we're dealing with the foreign currency, especially economics growth. How much we have in our countries? Think about.
Economic growth would be maybe percentage-wise.
Some economy is growing 3%.
Yes.
Some economies maybe growing 5%. So when your economy is growing, what do you expect?
Obviously, your foreign currency rates. I mean, they get better, or your.
Yes, it can be. Maybe you have a lot of demand of your currency. Yes.
Yeah.
Other thing can be very high demand of your product. Yes. When economic growth is high, more job opportunity. So unemployment will reduce. When unemployment will reduce, ultimately what will be happen? More people in jobs. So your business has a financial requirement will be increased as well. Yes. In the long run. So we're looking all this, in the long-term perspective. So always need to be look around the economics growth as well. Taxation, system of taxation. Okay. Do you know that Donald Trump, corporation tax, yes? Donald Trump reduced corporation tax from 30% to around 15%.
Okay, that's half of it.
So reduce the corporation tax will attract, more investor in that country. So foreign investment. So we need to look around the financial management side. All these things, very closely we need to monitor to be successful in business, where we're looking under all this under micro environment. Okay, next factor we're looking social factor, education. How many people are educated? Living condition in a country. If people don't meet the basic needs, we need to look around which industry we are. Trend in fashion, religious belief, or employment pattern. All this we look under the social factors. Sorry. Any question? Anyone under social factors?
No, I think you should go on.
Okay, so technological factor, investment in research and development. Anybody have a Nokia?
Investment in research and development.
Yes, research and development. Do we have a Nokia? Anybody kept the Nokia?
No Nokia.
No anymore Nokia. Why not?
Out of the market, because Nokia is not anymore a famous mobile, or they didn't keep up to the technological side of the product. Okay.
Yes, it used to be world leader, but the CEO of the company look around the financial management. In the short run, stop and investing money on research and development. So when you stop investing money on research and development, we're looking here long-term perspective of financial management, yes? So short run, you reduce the cost, you save the money, but in the long run, what will happen? Nokia lost almost its market. CEO of the company said, sorry, I'm leaving it. Apologize. Yes, shareholder value decrease all. So always we need to look around research and development have a huge impact on the. So you look around the financial management, not short term. You need to look around the financial management impact on the long run. Yes, like investing money. So it can be long term impact. So that's why the Nokia is a true example. Which ourselves as well in our daily lives. Nokia is carry on. So innovations come research and development. Change in the information technology, change in mobile technology, speed technologies. Always keep in mind these are linked, micro environment with our financial management. Eco, yes, always we need to look around environment. So a lot of people, lot of stakeholders have a concern with the environment. If you're a polluting environment company, so people need to be. So we need to invest money. Those are environmental friendly product like a solar panel, like a renewable energy. So always if we don't do it, we will be legal. What is meant by legal? Any example of legal?
Legal. According to the laws, something related with the legal factor is the laws.
It's all about the legislations.
Yeah,
So
legislation.
Think about legislation on CO2. Think about legislation. What's happened with Facebook? Facebook lost its significant market shares. Share prices dropped due to the data scandal. Yes, data being used without. So we need to look around the legislation. So new legislation according to the European Union, GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, new data protection regulation is launched by the European Union due to this incident after this. So we need to look around all this, and we need to closely monitor all these legislation to be in financial management perspective as well, not just even we're not dealing with the product, but we're dealing with the money, and the money also have a link with the product. Yes. So all this come under the Pastel factor. So in your assignment, you can discuss about these factors, and you can quote some examples. Further, we'll go through in next following lessons as well. Anybody, any question?
Sorry, Anjum. I can't see any slide of the last two factors you mentioned about eco and the legal.
Yes, eco and the legal.
Yes.
So normally this model used to be called Pest.
Yeah.
So Pest extended further is called eco.
Yes,
eco is all the environmental, and the legal, which normally is used to be under the political first. Yes, different legislation. So now this is separately. Finally say no. You can divide into the 4. You can say no 6. Yes.
Okay.
And so that's all about. So like we used to be treated as under political, like employment law or various other legislation, but we're dealing as a separate now. We used to be environmental laws. We used to be separately, but now we are putting as a eco environment. Yes. So we're looking all sort of environmental impact. So that's why anybody heard about? Have you ever read the report? It's called Corporate Governance.
Is corporate governance.
Corporate governance, how the organization is governing. Any company who publish the financial statement, they have to publish the report on the corporate governance and CSR. Do we know the CSR?
Yes. Corporate social responsibility.
Yes. So that's all about the environment. Yes. As wherever you need to be corporately socially responsible, not just for the sake of money.
Yeah.
We well aware of Unilever.
Yes.
PG, Procter and Gamble. So these two companies, instead of investing money or spending money on advertising, more on the social marketing, like they building school, helping local communities. So thus they are putting in the corporate social responsibility report, and they're saying, oh, the food bank they started Unilever in various countries for the needy people. Hand pump scheme, Unilever in some country, wash your hand advert, yes, teaching people, washing hands. So that's all because they have a responsibility to work toward the welfare of the society. Any question?
So CSR basically falls under the legal heading of this.
No, it's more under environmental and legal as well, because the legal under the international accounting standard, they have to publish these reports as well. If they don't publish it, yes.
Yeah.
So that's come under the legislation side as well. It's quite mixed, So, but it's more environmental side, where you need to look around. Okay, next thing now, a useful framework where we last lesson we discussed, I just mentioned you, maybe you did research about
Yeah.
competency and capability. Yes.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Competency is something related to the your skills,
Hmm.
and capability is something related to, I mean, if you are
Like,
able to do it. Not
well
very good
done.
example.
Like, you pass your driving test, you're capable to drive.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not a competent, but after a few months, few years, you become a competent. Even you're not looking your maneuvers properly, and
Yeah.
yes, you observe it something. So that's called competency. So always, whenever you go in, so really in terms of the management side, we need to look around capabilities and competencies, because you have a model which is given in the learning outcome one, RVB. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
resource-based view. So that's all we look in. A useful framework, there we're looking the threshold resources and competencies. They are required to operate in the market compared with those who have unique the organization. Represent the key source of competitive advantage. We know the competitive advantage. What is meant by?
Competitive advantage is when you're in competition and you have an upper hand over your competitor.
Brilliant. So every nation, every company have some competitive advantage. How well you explore and use it, it's entirely up to you. Yes, but maybe you have an advantage of location, you have advantage of population, you have an advantage of cheap labor. All these are competitive advantage. Yes. So all this we need to
Right.
be. It is important to note the threshold level may be changed. If you're saying you're very competitive, is it forever?
No, it's not forever.
So it's carry on changing. Yes. So you
Yeah.
have to be look around in the financially. If you don't invest in those resources, you need to stay in a business. Yes, very competent, very competitive advantage was as a Nokia, but not anymore. Yes. So if
Yeah.
we think, the knowledge will stay, we need to look around. This will carry on. So resources can be classified: physical resources such as plant, machinery, building. Yes, financial resources, intangible. We know intangible.
Yes. Such as knowledge. Yeah.
Yes, so intellectual capital, brands, reputation, so all this come. We
Yeah.
need to look around. So all these resources. So next, we look at intangible. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So always we need to look around whatever industry we are in. So these resources we need to look around.
Okay.
We need to manage it. Tangible, intangible. Okay,
Yeah.
next we're looking resource-based strategy, a resource-based view model, which is a part of your syllabus, which we need
Mm-hmm.
to. So the competitive advantage and superior performance of an organization is examined by the different sort of capabilities. Yes. So
Okay.
capabilities are an organization contribute the long-term survival or competitive advantage. Resources
Mm-hmm.
are assets organization can be called upon from the patron, or what we have. Competencies are the way those assets are used. Okay, lot of countries say, oh, they are rich in resources, but they're not are developed. Like we think about Saudi Arabia is wonderful, lot of natural resources. Yes,
Mm. Yeah.
but we need to think about the competencies, how we use and deploy the resources effectively to become, yes, as a from developing to develop.
Yeah.
Look around the competency side, how well we utilize it. So when RBV model is a resource-based view model, when we looking in terms of competitive advantage or strategic capabilities, we looking the resources like a machine building, all we have, physical resources. Competencies we need to be required, the way to achieving utilization, efficiency, productivity. Maybe in developed country, per person productivity is higher than the developing country because it's based on the knowledge-based economy. So we need to look around these to increase the competencies. Yes, we have resources, but how we use it, that's the problem. Yes, we have a lot of natural resources, fruits, veg, whatever is a waste thing. But how we pack them and sell them in the market, that's we need a competencies for it. Yes.
True.
So balance sheet, we have a cash flow, financial, ability to raise funds as an organization, financial management, resource-based view, financial resources, ability to raise funds, manage cash flow, that's quite crucial. No cash, no business. Debtors, do we know debtors what is meant by?
Yeah, customers. Oh, sorry. The vendors or the suppliers?
You're right. Debtors is mean your credit customer.
Credit customers, yeah.
And creditors mean your credit suppliers. Yes?
Yeah.
So when you're selling something on credit to customer is called debtors. When you're selling you're buying something on credit is called creditors.
Yeah.
So always we need to look around less receivable days and more payable days. Yes? You receive money quicker and you pay late. So you have enough cash. So all we need to manage under the financial management side as well. Okay, human resource, managers, employees, all these are the key resources as well in our organization. So how people gain and use experience, skills, knowledge, build relation, motivate others, and innovate. So all this we need to look around that if we do and manage it, it's give you long-term survival and competitive advantage in our organization. Any question?
It's good.
So next we're looking now capabilities. Capability, how effective in the past, can be become less relevant industries if we don't make the change. Yes, such capabilities can be become rigid, inhibit, change, or become weakened. We say we are very capable, but not anymore. Yes, dynamic capabilities dynamic or mean which the organization ability to renew. You have a capabilities, but you need to renew it. Your capabilities can be diminishing with the passage of time. You need to be in a changing environment. We need to change. Yes, such capabilities from ordinary capabilities, they may be necessary to operate efficiencies now, but may not be sufficient to sustain superior performance in future. So different sort of capabilities, sensing capabilities, constantly scanning and exploring new opportunities. So we say, oh no, you're capable, but how long you are? You need to think about, you need to sense it, you need to carry on exploring about how well, yes, you can explore the new research through research and development, seizing capability, addressing the opportunity through new product approaches, configuring capability, new product, and the processes may be required to renew. This all come under the capabilities. Any question?
That's good.
Okay, next we need to look around threshold capabilities. What is meant by? Those needed for an organization to meet the necessary requirement to compete in a given market and achieve parity with the competitors in that market. Qualifier, we can say. Capability can differentiate us from others. That is create the competitive advantage. Yes.
Exactly.
So that's we need to look around. We can be a winner in the market. Yes. So next we're looking, when we're looking the capability, this model, resource. So threshold capability required able to compete in the market. That's a threshold. Threshold competencies we required as well. When you're totally different than required to achieve the competitive advantage, that give you the competitive advantage. You are very different than others. Think about Apple phone, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Their capability and competencies are totally different than others. Yes, the
Yes.
company who is the world richest company is Apple.
Yeah.
That leads to the billions mark,
Yeah.
350 billions mark. So that's increased too. So their worth is really high compared to the rest any company in the world and in any industry now. So thus they really looking their resources and competencies. So what is meant by core competencies? So core competencies are linked set of skills, attribute or resources that together deliver the customer value, differentiate a business from its competitor, and potentially can be extended and develop as a market chain. We need to look around. Yes, core competency. So that's maybe when you apply any new job. Yes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, every employer they're looking to check the competencies, how competent you are in your area, in your specialist area. So, is a good method of interview to watch. It's called STAR method of interview.
Star method of interview.
So on YouTube there are plenty of videos. It's quite good to watch.
Okay.
So that's they're looking competencies. Okay. Anybody any question here?
Very good.
Okay. Next we're looking the value chain model. Okay. Value chain model is given by the Michael Porter. Michael Porter is very famous in management, and either we are teaching financial management or is a part of financial management of value chain. Think about the raw material or the material we have in the villages, their value we can change, yes, bringing to cities, yes. So we need to look around how we can change the value in our organization perspective as well. So within an organization which together create a product or the service, the value chain consists of 5 primary activities. So this model gave by the Michael Porter, and there are consist of 5 activities. So which will go through next slide, what those are activities. So value chain model have a primary activities and sportive activities. If you just focus on the primary activity but ignore the sportive activity, you can't really. Inbound, what is meant by inbound logistic? Anybody knows?
The traveling or the logistical part of a company that is going inside the company.
Yes, so inbound mean the things are coming in, like inbound call center, which you are buying raw material for, suppose, yes?
Okay.
Then you have operations. Yes, operation can be your manufacturing. Yes, any operation.
Yeah.
Then you have outbound. Outbound when you're selling goods, yes, like the outbound center, call center when we making call to somebody. Inbound call center mean the calls coming in the organization. So that's called inbound. So marketing and sales and services. These are the primary activities in our organization. What are the sportive activities? So firm's infrastructure, human resource management, technology, procurement, all these are sportive activities. Yes. So if you really want to change the value, you need to focus on the primary and the sportive activity to change the value in our organization. So value chain system comprise set of inter-organization link or relationship that necessarily create a product or the services. Okay, if the people say in inbound, we not bother about the marketing department, whatever they are doing, yes,
yeah,
and finance or other sportive activities. We need to work as a team. So to create a value in our organization, yes?
Exactly.
So otherwise, competitive advantage can be deserved from the linking between the value system. So your competitive advantage will become only if you have a good value system developed within our organization. So according to the Porter, so as a financial management perspective, if you don't have a value chain model, you don't use it effectively, you're not really going to be achieve what you're supposed to be achieve in a financial perspective as well. So use of value chain, generic descriptive of activity, understand how discrete activities cluster to link the activities and contribute to consumer benefit. Identify the activity which organization particularly strength. Yes, some organization very strong in one or some areas of weakness. We can say normally these are the exploring areas to be look around, area of development. One other model is called VRO model, which is based on same, the value chain as well. But not a part of syllabus, but we're looking use of value system, understand the cost and price structure. Value system analyze the best area of focus, best business model. Do we know the Dell computer?
Yeah.
So Dell used to assemble our manufacturing in States, but is moved to India, assembling in India and delivering all over the world. And they use a direct business model. Business model, they change it, and they getting the money advance from the customer, and they delivering within 21 days really to you. Yes, companies are various companies, they have a Dell computers in their operations. Yeah. So that's the chaining. Why we chaining this direct business model? Because we want a value system. We want more cash flow to increase because we're getting money quicker. We are producing in a low cost area. Yes. So all this we need to look around. So identify the profit pools, make or buy decision. We make ourselves or we will buy and we'll sell it. All this we need to look around as a value system. We need to develop it because these are the questions we need to. Either we make ourselves railway engines for suppose, yes, train, or we can buy it. Maybe we can buy it cheaper, but in the long run, if we are manufacturing, maybe few years will cost us more, but after a few years we can be getting competencies and the cost will come down. So all this we need to look around in decision making in a financial perspective. Identify higher order strategic themes, identify the cluster of activities. All we need to map them. Which one? Maybe you can see or can't. Can you know it's readable?
No, not yet. Yes, it's better now.
So you will see there is have a link with various, is a sort of network, yes? Activity system. So that's we need to understand it in a value chain system, because if you don't have it, you're not really going to be achieved as a value, as a competitive advantage in our organization. Okay, next we're looking using activity system relationship to the value chain. We need to understand it, yes. We need to term of capability and knowledge need to be linked. All this is come under and create the competitive advantage. We both need to look around internal and external environment linkage. Internally, we're saying, no, we are running quite absolutely fine. We are the best organization. We are the best in. But how long? Yes? Look around. The external demand is so competitive. China is making one product, making in pennies and selling in millions. Yes? So we need to think about as an organization how we will be strong. Yes. So how we can create value, how will be close to the customer. So all this, the network, internal and external environment exploring and creating value for customer. Any questions?
Good. We are learning the learning outcome 1, Anjum?
Yes, that's all come under learning outcome 1.
Okay.
So if you look on Moodle, if you look under Moodle, learning outcome 1 is we need to look around the strategic management itself. We need to look around resource-based view, RBV model, and value chain.
Value chain.
And 5 framework, yes, 5 forces framework. We need Pastel,
Mm-hmm.
And we need what we need. Yes, these are the key, your key things really we need to learn. Yes, competencies
Okay.
and capabilities. So that's all come under LO1. Huh?
LO1. Understood. Thank you.
Next, we're looking the model is called. Anybody heard about Porter 5 forces?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Michael Porter is very famous. He gave us model is called 5 forces. Michael Porter 5 forces is quite good. It's quite popular. He gave initially this publication in 1979. One of the most popular and highly regarded business strategies tool. Porter recognized the organization likely to keep close watch their reviver, but encourage then look beyond the action of the competitor. They have to look around, examine the factor impact their business environment. There are the 5 forces those impact your business. So in the financial perspective as well, in our organization perspective, we need to look around the competitive rivalry. Rivalry means how much is the competition, how many companies competing each other. This is the number of strength your competitors. Sorry, my slides move next. Okay, so, and we need to look around this rivalry in the where the rivalry is intense, the company can attract the customer with the aggressive price cut. There is a lot of competition. Yes, you need to look around how we can aggressively focus on the price. Yes, so a lot of companies, we need to focus on the price. What will be happen? Where profit will be dropped. Yes, so we need to look around. That's why it is under the financial management. Supplier power. What is meant by supplier power? We need to determine how much supplier power they have. If only few supplier is supplying goods in the industry, they have a lot of power. So we need to look around in. If we not really understand the supplier power, so we will really struggle. So we need to understand the supplier power. They determine how easy it is for a supplier to increase their prices. How many potential suppliers do have? How unique is the product or the services they are provide? How expensive would be switch from one supplier to another supplier? So all these are the powers we need to determine in a financial perspective as well. Buyer power. Buyer can easily switch from one supplier to other supplier. If we are one company providing, the buyer have a choice to be. So all we need to look around this very closely. Threads of substitute. Thread of substitute. That's a huge, you make something, you have a thread, somebody can copy it easily and make your substitute product.
Yeah.
We need to think about which industry we are in and how much is the threads of substitute we have. If we increase the price of one, maybe there is a thread, there is a substitute product as well. People can switch it from one to other. So next, thread of new entrants. Think about industry where we operate. Is it anybody can enter it? Or is the industry is such a regulatory, is it regulated because nobody can get the new license? Or the government is giving license to anybody can enter. It's a free economy where anybody can enter and leave. But some, different economic system we need to look around. So that's all, this Porter 5 forces is a part of your syllabus, which is called 5 framework. Yes, 5 forces framework, and it's called Porter 5 forces.
Okay.
So we'll look now, is really we covered our learning outcomes. So please, if you want to read further, it's quite good book is called Venhan Financial Management. You can find online electronic copy. I'll try to upload on Moodle as well for you, so you can use it.
Okay.
Quite good to read. So let's, quick, we'll go back to our Moodle and we'll see how much we cover. So let's back to. Okay, anybody any question up to now?
No, that's fine.
That's all we learn. So we'll go through, because next lesson we'll do more numericals bit, because your learning outcome 1 is all about. So give me 1 minute.